Spoken,
It was
mate.
never my intention to kill anyone. I just wanted to form a support group of women where we could all complain about men. I thought we could meet for a coffee or something a little stronger, vent, then get on with our lives while feeling a little lighter. The idea for the group stemmed from a conversation with my best friend Emily after the latest incident of a man thinking he had the right to take up my personal space.
Death to All Men is a women's crime novel written by Amanda Nicholson. It follows Cassie as she tries to find an outlet to vent about men. One thing leads to another and she starts killing bad men. You can pre-order the book from paperback from websites like Amazon or Waterstones, or wherever you prefer to buy your e-books from. Spoken, mate. I know where and when exactly I died, almost as well as I know exactly when and where I was born. I know when the sun rose the first time when I was placed in my mother's arms, and she looks at me amazed at the love that only a mother has. Like I know when was the last time I breathed out loud for the final time, and fell to the ground, knowing I was never going to walk through the meadows again with the sun on my back, let alone see my family or any of my friends ever again.
Death, Andy N's second full-length novel, is as much a sequel to his first novel Birth as facing the end of something else altogether. Speaking with the same raw honesty and poetic grace that defined Birth, Death is a book that builds an unforgettable narrative that explores the very fabric and the beauty of life and the acceptance of its inevitability and wherever it may lead to next. The book will be out on 14th of February 2025 and will be available on all of the usual platforms. Spoken, mate.
Hi, my name is Andy N. Spoken Label, my author, artist and poetry podcast, was originally set up at the beginning of 2016 and now has a back catalogue of over approximately 500 episodes. We are always open to speaking to creative people, primarily in England. We will obviously go beyond that to Europe, maybe countries beyond that even for the right sort of guest. Check out our back catalogue. It's available on all the usual networks, including Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, you name it, we're pretty well on there. And I'm always open to submissions through my email address, which is aen1mpo at yahoo.co.uk. The podcast itself is free and always will be a free podcast. I am, however, always open to donations, and that can be also through my email address as before. Do it through PayPal, okay? But like I said to you, this podcast is free, always will be free, and we are always open to other submissions. Enjoy. Spoken, mate.
It's Andy again. Spoken Label. Yeah, you can see today, no video. This is because I am on location. I have not done one of these ages. So I'm over at Costa Cafe in Ashton and I have a guest. I have another Andy with me, so it's the power of Andy's today. Andy, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everybody, mate, and tell us who you are, where you come from, etc.
Hello, my name is Andy Farhan. I am a stand-up comedian and theatre actor. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 1 year and 2 months now, and I am currently based in Ashton-under-Lyne.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah, now I was here to talk about your comedies, as you told me already. So now it's great this because when you got meeting someone like yourself who's local to me, we're going to speak to coffee, can't we?
Yeah.
So now I know you through obviously our mutual friend Ruth O'Reilly.
Yeah.
So Ruth's told me that you're fairly new on the comedy circuit in Manchester, aren't you? So and you just told me you've been doing this for just over a year or so now, haven't you? So
Yes, so I'm still a beginner in the comedy scene, so I've been doing comedy for 1 year and 2 months. So I started in April, Monday the 8th of April last year, and I recently, a few months ago, celebrated my 1 year anniversary on the 8th of April this year.
wow, yeah, and obviously I want to learn obviously first of all what led you to comedy. Then have you always been creative?
I've always been creative. I've always been creative through my creative writing. I tried a lot of creative writing, from writing a script writing. I even wrote a novel, a crime mystery detective novel.
No comedy elements in that, intentionally.
No comedy intentionally in that one. I did that during the lockdown, and I wanted to explore more on the writing scale, so I thought, why not try and have a go at some comedy writing, maybe some acting to go with it as well, and that really opened up my opportunities then, because I did a theatre acting course.
Yeah, now I wanted to talk about this a bit more, because obviously I know you did this at home, didn't you?
Yeah, home theatre, yes.
Yes. Tell us about what led you to this and what happened there, because this is quite interesting, this.
Yeah, so I wanted to get creative and be, hopefully find a paid job in this, because that's what I wanted to do. And hopefully maybe try and find a job at Media City that will take me on. So I went down this road because obviously the pandemic knocked my my confidence back quite a lot, so I wanted to find something to do in order to bring back my confidence, knowing that's something that will keep me happy and keep me smiling.
Of course, yeah.
And the Prince's Trust, now King's Trust, came along, and they said, well, we do have a theatre course coming up at Home Theatre. Perhaps you would like to join that one, because I think it will be very creative for you.
Did you tell me it was a 5-day intensive course, wasn't it?
It was a 5-day intensive course, yeah. And we learned a variety of skills. We had a tour of the place. We had some lovely food. The weather during the course was fantastic. It was literally living the dream.
I've done a comedy writing course at home. When the weather's great, it's really a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it's shit, it's dreadful. There's no two ways about it. So I think the heavens aligned you on that week, probably, didn't they? So
yeah.
Now, you were telling me, obviously, this then led to something else, didn't it, for you?
Yes. So it led to something else. I did some acting on the side. We did me and my friends in the theatre acting, we did one show. And obviously our energy was drained, so we began going our separate ways. So we took a break from the acting world. I, particularly myself, went into the comedy scene because I really loved comedy, and all I was doing in my spare time was binge watching comedy sitcoms on Netflix.
What do you like watching?
I particularly love watching Friends and The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, God. My brother loves The Big Bang Theory, and I can't help you, I've never seen it either, so I don't watch American sitcoms, but respect to you.
Yeah, but my favourite sitcom was My Family, which came out on BBC One.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard that one.
That one was my number one favourite because I was watching that comedy series when I was growing up, so it had an everlasting effect on me.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll always remember that particular comedy series.
No, of course, yeah. So,
and I just thought to myself, well, why am I keep putting this off? Let's do it. So I did a comedy course at the Frog and Bucket.
yeah, as my brother says, the effing bucket, but we're not going to go down that far. Hi, Gavin. Yeah.
I did 8 weeks.
Was that weekly, was it?
Yeah, it was every Saturday for 8 weeks.
Yeah, I know it's quite a known course, that's why. So
yeah, Dave Williams was my teacher. For 2 hours, we learned about comedy. He even told us what books to get, and just act and learn and everything. I was still very weak at the whole thing, so I just became me. I mean, the advice they told us: don't surrender the stage and try to do 5 minutes. Unfortunately for me, I never did 5 minutes. I did 15 minutes.
It's told them he gets the poets sometimes.
Yeah.
Not knowing when to shut up.
No, yes.
Now, I love what you tell Andy is. People see this now. You can't see this because we're on audio only today. But I love the fact you're talking with your hands because I'm a bastard at that. Are you like that on stage?
I'm sometimes like that on stage, but I wish I was more with that. But I think what you're seeing with me, because I'm moving my hands all the time, is because I've seen political statesmen and stateswomen do it all the time. Because before I was in the creative writing world, when I was in secondary school, when I was living in Prestwich at the time, I was heavily involved in politics at the time. And
not conservative, I hope. Otherwise, this podcast might be getting terminated.
I'll keep my political opinions to myself.
No, I'm joking. I'm not bothered. If it's National Front, I would throw you down the stairs. Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean, mate. Sorry, go on, mate.
And I was very active. I wanted to know more. Public speaking was more of a skill that I wanted to acquire. And when I first got involved into politics, went in front of the school assembly, went to other schools and spoke, did a speech, unveiled my manifesto. It was something that I was able to do, but unfortunately it wasn't something that my friends were unable to do, because they admired me for something that I was able to tackle, because it was something everyone was afraid of doing.
Yeah.
And I just followed my dream of going into politics, and I did that for a solid 10 years and realised, well, I've been doing this for 10 years, I haven't made enough progress, I'm not an MP yet, not even elected as a councillor, I haven't been selected yet. So I thought, okay, now it's time to go and look for a job.
No, it always is, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so I went and looked for a job. I volunteered in a charity shop, and I sort of built up my skills from there, and I got myself a job in retail, and now I'm in the creative writing world. Still getting creative now. I'm still doing a lot of writing to keep my mental health going.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is writing, because like I've been writing now for longer than you've been alive, actually.
Yeah.
But like, mine's always, even if it's not about me, it's about me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Even though it's nothing to do with what's happening, it's still about me. There's little things in everything you do that it's about you as a person, as a creative person.
Yes.
Yeah, I get you completely.
But after the theatre course I did, and before I got into comedy, I actually did a poetry night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did a poetry night at home theatre, and there was a lot of people. So I attended a few courses, did some poetry, even read up a few poems. My favourite one so far that I read up on, I can't remember the person who wrote it, but it's called I Am Who I Am.
Unfortunately, I'm on my phone today, so I'd research who that was.
No, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Not sure. No.
But it reflected, the sentence in particular, I am who I am, reflected to me as a person. So I took that poetry and decided to talk about myself instead.
Yeah.
And I went up in front of, I believe the organisation who I did it in front of was called Young Identity.
I was wondering if you're dealing with Shirley May's
Yes.
organisation. I know Shirley.
Yeah.
I do know Shirley well.
And I went up. My friends from the theatre group were there because they attended the course with me. And I went up, I did my poem, and as I was going through it, I remember the sound of laughter and giggles and chuckles. That put a smile on my face, knowing that people were being cheered up.
Good, you've done the right thing, because you got what you wanted out of it,
Yeah.
so it's an important thing.
That's what I was hoping to do. And I remember getting a lot of feedback at the end saying, I really loved your poem. And they asked me, did you refer your poem to one of our sessions that we did, I Am Who I Am? And I was like, yeah, that's what I was going down. I was talking about myself as a person.
Good. That's the thing. A lot of it is like comedy, like spoken word, is self-expression.
Yeah.
And that's important. You've got that straight. So, oh, great.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to express myself as a person, people that I exist as a person. And my friends from the theatre group came to me saying, I really, really like your poem because you're quite sarcastic.
Yeah, I can. People see this today. You can get the sarcasm. Sometimes you can't always get it on audio, but you can believe me, buddy. He's a sarcastic like this one. I can see it a mile off.
That's what I wanted to do, and I was like, I know I've accomplished something, and I know I've got something here.
Good.
And yeah, I think I had a teacher who came to me saying, he gave me some feedback. Instead of saying Prince Andrew, you could have said Randy Andy. I was like, I didn't even think of that. And that was very good feedback.
Next time, right?
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah,
next time. I was like,
I'm always of the opinion with feedback, and I'll tell you opinion this because it's like I said, this is unscripted today.
Yeah.
But as a comic, do you find that people give you feedback? Are you always grateful for it? I love it as a writer.
Absolutely, I take the feedback very, very seriously. Because if I'm not getting any feedback, I know I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. Even if people boo or cheer you, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Because the audience is the feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I've always seen it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to learn next then, obviously. When you wrapped up, obviously, with the Frog and Bucket course, when did you decide then to properly start going for it with the comedy? You told me a bit about this in the pre-record.
Of course.
So I want to learn what nights you went to first of all, whether they're still going or not.
Yes, of course. So, after taking a few months break from the course, I began properly last year in January 2024. I did a lot of research on my phone, finding out where comedy nights are. It was quite difficult to find, but I managed to get there in the end. So the first night I went to was the Comedy Vault at Fierce Bar in the Northern Quarter. That no longer exists now. The venue is shut. They stopped the comedy a long time ago because the people who are organising the comedy night, they went on to do various opportunities that had arisen in front of them.
Yeah, I think the nature of the beast on any sort of night like this.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, people know me from a spoken word, and there's a number of good spoken word nights, and it evolves all the time. But comedy, I think there's 3 times or 4 times as many nights, isn't there? You know about yourself, there's always somewhere you can go, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And then a few weeks later, still in January of last year, I went to another night. It was called Stage Time Comedy Circus at Stage and Radio in the Ancoats area, very close to Piccadilly Gardens.
Yeah.
That night is still ongoing. I remember the first time I turned up, I was like, wow, are these people audience or are these people comedians? And it turned out to be a room full of comedians. I think there was 40 plus.
Good crowd. Good crowd.
Good crowd though.
That is a good crowd.
Yeah, it is. I was like, wow, I didn't realise there were so many comedians on the circuit. And I started off doing one-liners. I was pretty terrible, but I managed to get some giggles going. So I knew I was doing something right. And then I realised I can't actually carry on because one, it was winter and it was too cold for me, and I was having problems with transport. So
well, people know where you live now.
Yes.
Transport is... That's a joke.
Yes.
Just leave it at that. I know. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yes. So I decided to take a break and come back in April in the spring. Perfect time for it. Unfortunately for me, my timing could not have been worse. I was supposed to come back on Monday the 1st of April. Unfortunately, I had taken unwell with a cold, which later became the flu. So I was ill for 1 week, and I came back properly on Monday the 8th of April 2024. And I've been doing comedy 3 times a week, then it was 4 times a week. I mean, so I did Comedy Vault on a Monday at Fierce Bar. I then did the Thirsty Scholar on a Tuesday. that's no longer there anymore.
No, Tuesday Tony's moved, hasn't he? To a new venue. Not been to the new one yet.
It's called the Grosvenor.
The Grove is just up the road, yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
just up the road. So we're now at the Grosvenor, and Wednesday there's 2 venues I would go on a Wednesday. So Stage Time Comedy Circus on a Wednesday, and then there's the Comedy Balloon at the Ape and Apple on John Dalton Street.
I know that as well.
Yeah.
I've covered them. You're never going to get me on stage performing comedy. You might. It's me. It's unintentional comedy.
Yes.
Slapstick.
Yes.
Definite slapstick.
And then in May, a brand new comedy had arisen on a Thursday night. So that one is called Life on Costa del Salford at the old Pine Pot in Salford.
I'm about to say that's got to be Salford. Life in the
Yes.
Costa of Salford. Yeah.
Yeah, the clue's in the name. That one is probably the best venue I have done so far. My friend, he has invested a lot of time doing the technology, the lighting, and even the background, like a shimmy curtain and everything. He's invested a lot of time. It's a proper stage, and I would always go on a Thursday to go and help my friend set up the tables and chairs.
Good.
And the venue is like, when we first started off, it was packed and then it began to die down. But that's the thing with open mics, you see. The vibes, they come and go. The audience, they come and go.
It is, and there's a lot of competition anywhere you go.
Absolutely.
You think like the night we do Speakeasy.
Yeah.
We've been 10 years in September now.
Wow.
And I don't know how we've done it to this day, honestly, but we've had lulls before now. We've had it before where 4 or 5 people have turned up, including the host. But it's then the next one is 60, 70, 80, you never know.
Well, having the host is most important. That's what I believe in. And also the people, if you've got a good community, then you're always going to get that support.
Yeah, no, you do. Now, what I'm interested in learning, obviously, like you said, you built yourself up on this, and I did this myself with my poetry years ago. I'm a lot quieter nowadays because I'm busy with this podcasting and other stuff, but how did you ever envisage you'd be out, say, 4 or 5 times a week, constantly doing gigs with your comedy?
So I wanted to do comedy as a career. I wanted to be a comedy actor. So the way I planned it was, thanks to my theatre acting skills, which I can transfer those skills into the comedy sector.
It is, a lot of it is performing. If you're used to dealing with people in the audience and want as they look at them, the audience,
Yes.
you quit in.
It's the same thing, literally, same environment, but it's just a different genre or industry. The way I see it, there's stand-up comedy, there's a comedy character, there's the improv comedy, and then there's the comedy sketches, and then you have the comedy sitcoms.
Yeah.
So there's like five sections. That's how I see it.
That's a good point. Good point. All agree with all them.
Yeah. And I wanted to do stand-up. Well, in fact, I wanted to do all of those 5 things. I just wanted to be that comedy actor. I mean, I've done a few comedy sketches with my friend in the past few months, and I've already done the stand-up. I'm still doing it now. Improv I've not done, but I would like to try it. I mean, I've done a few courses, but I want to try it even more. I want to know what it's like to do it in front of an audience. Perhaps maybe do some training first and then go into it.
How do you actually keep developing new material if you're out all the time? That's an interesting one, like you said, you can't obviously be doing the same stuff. If you're doing the same night week after week, you're not going to go along with the same material constantly.
So there's a way to doing things. The way I learned it from the Frog and Bucket Comedy Club when I was on that course. So I was given advice by my teacher, Dave Williams, saying, do your comedy set 3 times. Work out what's best, that's working, and keep it. If some bits aren't working, edit it 3 times. And if it's still not working, get rid of it. So I was still ongoing at the time. So I would do it 3 times, and I would have a good solid 5 minutes to build it up. And
It's almost like if you're doing that, say, out every week, 3 or 4 times a week,
Yeah.
you're building a new set, aren't you, as the week develops. Go along. Is that right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm always constantly editing and I'm always finding ways from the top of my head. There's been times where I didn't feel comfortable bringing, didn't feel comfortable without my notes. I had to bring it up with me all the time, so I know it's there. But there's been a few times where I've rehearsed this, I can nail this, and I've actually nailed it a few times, and I build up a solid 5 minutes, and I managed to get a lot of laughs, giggles, chuckles, to like a good set, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. That was pretty much it really, because I had to do a lot of editing. But yeah, all that was, that's the method to use for comedy.
Yeah, it's the same for poetry really, because when I used to be out, say, I used to do one a week on the poetry, I'd have to do the same pieces all month, let them evolve, then drop them at the end of the month, unless I say if I really like it, but then do the longer sets, and that's what you'll be doing there then, won't you? So yeah, it makes sense completely with that. So have you found then that how you structure your stuff, has that changed much in these sets that you started doing it last year?
Yeah, there's a lot of different structure sets for me to do. So I mean, even when I struggled with the writing, so what I would tend to do is I would write a list of what I wanted to talk about based upon the subject names. So if I wanted to talk about my school life, I would write, what's my favourite subject, what's my least favourite subject, just name it, just don't do it in sentences, just bullet point very quickly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then go into each one. So if my favourite subject was history, say for example, I would write about what I need from memory. So I did a joke about my history teacher. His name was Mr. Goodlad. And I would do some wordplay from good lad to bad lad, happy lad, sad lad, mad lad. And I did a set about that.
Oh, wow. Fantastic,
and it worked perfectly well. So I did stuff about my life. So that one was quite successful. And I even did jokes about my theatre group, actually. I talked about the play I was in, and I managed to incorporate some more of my acting skills into it by saying I didn't have any lines, but I was basically a prop, as you could say. I was just basically pretending to be a dead body, wrapped up in a bed sheet, and I'm being played out to, I'm having a funeral.
Yeah, oh, brilliant.
And the funeral song they played out was a cappella, so, and that music was actually Match of the Day.
Good choice.
It was a very good choice.
Oh, that works. Sometimes they do the line stuff like that, don't they? Naturally.
Yeah.
So, have you had any favourite moments yet? I'm talking about good moments. I'm talking about.
Yes.
Not going to talk about bad ones. I'm looking at what sticks your head. Sticking your head the most, the good way.
There is one particular gig that I did last year.
Yeah.
So this was straight after Edinburgh, so we were still in the month of August.
Oh, you've done the Fringe, have you?
No, I've not.
Oh, you did to watch it. You went to watch it then?
No, I've not. My friends went, but I stayed at home to, and I also went to work. So unfortunately,
yeah, you've got my item as the day job.
Yeah, the day job. I have a day job,
which is the biggest job going.
Yes.
Listen, when my boss are hearing, we're not slagging them off.
No, absolutely not.
Always remember the Smith song. Work is a 4-letter word.
Yes. We went to Revolution, me and my friends.
The one on Oxford Street.
Oxford Road, yes.
Oxford Road, yeah.
Next to Thirsty Scholar, which is now no longer. Me and my friends, we all went there, and my friend was hosting, I was the first one up.
Oh, it's always hardest, isn't it?
It's always the hardest one, but there was a few things going through my head. Number one, I'm going to be I don't have faith in my material, and I'm going to be terrible. Number two, I refuse to bomb on stage, which is basically colloquial for
mess.
You got no laughs, nothing. You got a room full of silence. You died horribly.
I've had poetry before now, and it's difficult.
It is. However, there was a third option going through my head, so I poured all my energy into this, and that was to be a great big ball of energy and pass it on to the next person.
That's what you do, yeah. Good.
And I wanted to go down that third option. I wanted to go down that road with that third option. That was very important to me. So I go up, and the first line I say was, I've been dating and I've got a girlfriend, and everyone was just cheering. The room broke out of silence. It was just cheering. It was just a loud noise that was electrifying. Everyone was just, it was just great. It was just great.
Yeah, it makes it. You know when you've done that, it's clicked.
Yes, and
perfect.
And after I'd done my set, well, during my set, I should say, the cheering carried on, the laughter carried on. It was a good, strong set.
Good.
And the host came back and was like, wow, what have we just heard? It was just amazing. Then we got the next comedian on. Everyone was cheering. It was the hunger was there. The hunger for it was there. And then we kept going and going and going, comedian after comedian after comedian. That energy never died out. By the time we got to the end of the show, we all went for drinks in one of the student uni bars. We all got drinks, and it was 1 week before my birthday, and we were celebrating, and they all said, "Happy birthday, Andy," and then everyone was just talking to me. I felt like I was a real part of the family.
Good.
And that was my favourite memory, and I will always remember that to this day.
I've got myself in the spoken word side of things, yeah, and you do, when it clicks like that, it means a lot to you, not respect you, man, for that.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas where your creativity is going to take you next then?
Do you know what? The theatre world is still calling me, and I want to get back into theatre acting. This year, in February, I actually auditioned for Shakespeare.
Oh yeah, what's your favourite Shakespeare play then? Go on.
Henry V will always be my favourite Shakespeare play.
God, I've seen a really explicit version of that, hot pokers, and lots of nude men running around, and I don't forget that one.
Yeah.
It looks really painful, right? So
Laurence Olivier has had a profound impact on that.
Oh, it's always that, like Henry V, he did an astonishing film version of it.
Absolutely.
Because that was the one where it did start off in black and white, didn't it? And then as it went into the play thing, it went to colour, didn't it? And it went cinematic. That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I saw on YouTube. I actually saw it in full.
It's brilliant. The cinematography, and that is outstanding.
It is, yeah. And one thing I quite like is the monologues. The monologues are very good. And the Shakespeare play I auditioned for was can't remember it now, but I know my friend was one of the directors, and my friend from the theatre group, she went and also did an audition, and she got the part. Unfortunately for me, I didn't, but I know I will go in November and watch the show at the King's Arms, because that's where it's going to be.
No, that's fair
Because
enough.
I want to support my friends. This is where I want to go.
No, yeah, it makes sense to you, mate. Yeah. I'm always a believer in creativity. Never stand still.
Yeah.
And said you've got a lot of your comedy, but it's where it leads to you next, and where it goes beyond that, because it's, you think, like, I've done it 20 odd years. I started off just as a poet, I never envisaged I'd be a podcast host for 10 years. Never envisaged I've got 2 studio bands on the go. I do 2 other podcasts. It's just life goes in funny directions, and I think you're a creative person. It's where it leads you to next, and I don't always think you should plan it to let it evolve naturally. And that's what I think you're doing there.
Well, I've always seen myself as the actor and the writer.
Yeah.
Because I like to be more hands-on.
No, it makes sense.
Probably because you see me with my hands moving around. That's how I see myself. Another thing is, when it comes to directing and producing, there are times where I do want to be hands-on, but I'm also still in the world of the unknown of that directing and producing role.
Yeah, I get it completely. I do get it completely. Like there's 2 sorts of producing. The hands-off, and the one is you're much more involved in it. It's getting that right balance, I think, sometimes. I've done directing before now.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I still want to learn. Part of my mind is just like, let's learn this, let's learn that, let's get more into the role of it, let's do it more. And at the moment, the acting world may be calling for me, and even now I want to go back to it. But at the moment, I'm just taking a serious break because I need to recuperate from my mental health, because I'm not in a very good place right now.
Yeah.
So take a break from it. Still part of my creativity. I'm reading a book now.
There's always other ways to be creative. I'm always opinion that if you're not performing, you call it research, don't you?
Yeah, I call it research.
Yeah. Or if, say, for example, you're watching 3 hours of Bill Hicks on YouTube.
Yes.
Research.
Yes. The book I'm reading on is called The Three Musketeers by Alexandre
Dumas. Yeah. Oh, it's a classic, that book.
Classic book. I thought I'd pick it up. I've already read over 100 pages now. And it's quite different to what I've seen on television and the movies.
Yeah, well, it's 1600s one. Was it later than that? I can't remember. It was a long time ago, yeah.
And it was like, I'm surprised they didn't make this properly in the movies, because it could have got a lot of awards, whatever. It's an Oscar or an Academy Award or whatever it is.
I think a lot of it is those sort of things are open to interpretation and you get that far, aren't they? Like, you've seen, like, I've seen a couple of Shakespeare plays done, and I've seen a couple of them done TV and some films, and it's the interpretation can be done very different. That's the classics behind it. So,
I mean, for me, I'm still listening to music as part of my creativity. In particular, because I mentioned this to Ruth on the radio, is the Mozart effect. So whenever I'm practicing a monologue, I would listen to music in the background. So the music I would listen to is basically the Mozart's Figaro.
I've got a friend of mine, I'm not going to name on mic, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He raps over the top, and he does it, not necessarily much in Aston nowadays, he does it all over the Northwest. Chopin. It's got Chopin, raps over the top of him.
Yeah.
Improv. Complete improv. And it's, you think yourself like, he's a Mozart, I think you always think of my friend with Chopin.
Yeah.
And I'm more apex trying to write anyway. I do my spoken improv over ambient music, and I'm building the tension over it, so it's the background. That's what I do with the studio bands. It's trying to get the beats sometimes for the vocalist to go over the top of it. So it's no, good luck, man. We're definitely with it. So wish you all the best of it. So now, the podcast will be out beginning of August. So is there anything you wish to make people aware of? You've got coming up a bit further afield.
Not that I'm aware of, but one thing I will say is I do have my own open mic.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where's that then?
So that's at the Britons Protection.
Oh, Brits. Oh, God, they still got 400-year-old whiskey in there.
I think so. I mean, I've not seen it, but I think they do.
I remember winding this. My turn to give you a story now. I went there with 4 mates of mine a couple of years ago when they did it, and I told him, and my mate said, "Oh, do you want to get some whiskey, guys?" And we all said to him, "Yeah, can you get us 4 shots of this?" And he went up to the bar and come back 2 minutes later. I've sworn already, so I don't get. He calls little twat. Said, "I'm not paying that out for you. That would cost me about 500 quid." So yeah, you do. I love that pub. A lot of time for it.
I've got my own open mic there, so in the room upstairs. I'm hoping to get a comedy night going in July.
Yeah, obviously, give us the plug then for the Brits Protection Night first of all. When is it?
So I haven't sorted out a date yet, so I have to negotiate with the venue.
Right, keep your eyes on social media then, yeah.
Yeah, so on social media, the name of it is called Comedy at Pub. So it's all one word, Comedy at Pub. That's on Instagram. You can find me on there.
And you said then, so you've got your negotiations of another night as well, did you say then? To wrap up with?
Yes, so me and my friend, we're trying to get another night going somewhere in Manchester and Salford area.
Will this be a weekly night or monthly? Or?
It could be monthly for now, but it's more or less going to be a charity night.
Good.
So, because I've always wanted to do a charity night and I've just not had the chance.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a charity show before called Ultra Comedy. I did it at Gorilla last year in the summer.
Gorilla, yeah.
But I would not recommend it for anyone because the tickets are £25 a piece.
Yeah, that's Gorilla for you, unfortunately. Good venue, but it will cost you.
It will cost you, yes. Also, Ultra Comedy will cost you as well. But I raise money for that particular event. Prince's Trust, King's Trust. I wanted to raise money for that. I beat my target of £50. But I want to do it again now, so I want to raise money for that particular charity again and beat my target.
Good.
That's what I want to do.
Good luck then, man. So, to recap then, to wrap up with, give us your social media plugs again then, so people know where you are.
So, my social media is Andy Does Comedy .1. So that's on my Instagram. I'm also, and the open mic that I have at Britons Protection is Comedy at Pub. So that will be comedy and at as in the word AT at Pub. And and hopefully we'll get another show going in July, and hopefully one going in just after Edinburgh in August, as well as September.
Brilliant. Now, I said before, this will be out beginning of August. If the July night gets going before we launch it, please let me know.
I will do, absolutely.
It's been a pleasure today, mate. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. So.
Pleasure to meet you too, thank you.
Right, okay, guys and girls, we've got to try and get to sweating off switch now, which is a comedy moment itself then. But yeah, thank you again, Andy. It's been a pleasure. It's always great to do occasional live ones because they're great fun. So, as I was doing a wrap up now, do you ever watch American wrestling?
Pardon?
Do you ever watch American wrestling?
American wrestling as in the WWE?
AEW, thank you. Proper wrestling.
AEW.
Yeah. There's a guy on there called Dom Callis, who's one of the heel managers. His pet saying is, stay safe and stay over.
I love that.
So that's what I'm going to wrap up with today. So, right, folks, that's it. Yeah, as we always are. I'll repeat myself, stay safe and stay over. And we will see you all next time. Spoken, mate.